Dario's art journey began when he arrived from Mozambique in 1994 to be raised by his grandparents. When he tried art at a youth center, his path was set. But collage is not an easy medium.
You know, I'm such a massive fan of yours and I can't wait to have a look around at your space. But before we do, take us through your technique for those who don't know.
So it's a technique that I fell in love with at an early age, inspired by the need for recycling. Because we'll find pieces of paper, and then I said, instead of just throwing it away, let me just create artwork. I vitalized it. I gave it more life by creating this type of pieces that, will stay forever in somebody else's house.
And because you've used hundreds, sometimes thousands of pictures, the detail is incredible. The closer you get to the picture,
yes,
you can spend hours looking at all these details.
Yes, exactly, because, this is how you get to know certain people. Sometimes you need to get close to the person, but there are moments that you need to stand in the distance, to know the person better.
And it's important to know that you don't cheat. You don't paint any of these colors in. All of this is as it's come out of the magazine, which is incredible because you still manage to capture the emotion, the shading. It's as if it's been painted.
Yes, exactly. All these, colors that you see, the coloring, it's all tiny pieces of magazine that I put them together. I select them. For example, if you can see, we've got the yellows there, the blues. That's not paint.
It's actually you're creating shading just from magazines.
From pieces of magazine, exactly.
That's a lot of paging through magazines, eh?
Exactly, yeah. So you need to have like piles and piles of magazine to find the same pattern.
Yeah. And how many little pieces of magazine do you think are in this whole picture?
I didn't count really, but
a lot.
To be honestly, yes, more than 5,000 tiny pieces or even more.
And a picture like this, how long does that take?
A picture like this will take around 2.5 months,
sure,
from beginning to the end.
That's a lot of work, eh?
It's a lot of work.
The emphasis on women goes back to Dario losing his mother at a young age and being raised by his grandmother and a community of women.
Today things have changed.
Yes.
We do have our women who are running on top in the corporate world.
A powerful woman.
Very, very powerful women. So this is what the inspiration came from for me to create this kind of a piece.
Okay, and she's reading a book there.
She's holding a book.
It's all about women empowerment, basically.
Women empowerment, exactly.
Lovely.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. And our woman over there, the miner?
Yes, yeah, that one I call Lady Miner. Because we also do have today women working underground in the mining field.
And there's a lot of detail and color in that one. So much going on there.
Yes, yeah. As you can see, there's a lot of diamonds and golds. This is the reason why, because those are the things that you only get, our minerals that you can only get, from underground.
Yes.
This is the piece that I'm working on at the moment. It's quite massive, as you can see. It's a commission. The client wanted this piece to be done strictly black and white. So this is an existing place in town. It's in Lavide Street. So what I did, I went to take a photo using a camera, and then I came to start drawing like from scratch, because that's the process how I create all these pieces that you see around. And now I'm busy in the process of building it up. So it might take probably, based on the experience that I have, something like around 6 weeks to finish it.
Get in, Yellow. We want to see the magician at work.
Sure. So normally I don't tear my tiny pieces of paper because I want my artworks to be clean and crispy.
The lines have to fit exactly into your sketch. Okay, cool. So now you spot a figure, you think, okay, I need a certain color.
Yeah.
Then you need to go to the magazine and you search for that particular color, right?
Exactly. Okay. That's how it is, yeah.
So show us how it's done.
Okay. I'm about to work on this guy.
Okay, cool. And you've made your life easier by just making a photocopy now, because then it becomes black and white.
It becomes black and white, yes, yeah. So what I do, I cut a piece like that, and now I check, okay, where is this lighter gray will go? Because as you can see, there are different types of gray. It's all gray, but that one is got a little bit more, so I can use it for his pants.
Okay.
So what I do, I just cut, and then I check if it fits there or not, and then I cut again. Obviously, because I've been doing this for quite a while, so I know more or less how, it will fit, as you can see. There we go.
Jeez, you cut it almost exactly.
Exactly, yeah. Because so the next step is to dip into glue. This is a Mod Podge glue, and then this is how I apply it. So the next step will be to stick that piece right there.
Perfectly, eh?
Yes. The mark of the artist's hand in the arrangement of each piece gives collectors a sense that they are connected to Dario. For homeowner Gina Bester, every cutting pasted into her 2 portraits reflects a moment of creation.
Look at that. It's lovely to see your work come to life in someone's home, eh?
Yes, yeah, I mean, it's like uplifting to my spirit to have my pieces ending up in a beautiful place like this.
What was it about Dario's work that attracted you to him?
It's our first investment into South African art, and we were looking for something that was just very unique and not necessarily just a painting, but something that was creative and that would fit with the vision we had for our home. And when he had actually completed these pieces, he contacted us and said, "I've got something that's absolutely perfect." And once we brought them in and put them up, they just fitted perfectly with the house and the environment.
And these particular pieces, why did you choose them?
The inspiration came from the dream of an African woman. You know, so I call the first piece like Delayed Facing Up, Reflections 1 and Reflections 2. It's more about women because, I mean, they're the heart of the house, and also because I was raised by my grandmother, and there's a lot of things that I learned from her. Even though this girl doesn't look like old as I portrayed my grandmother, but I mean the spirit and the power of the woman within them is what inspired me to do these 2 pieces.
Dario chose this medium because he couldn't afford oil paints and expensive equipment. It's a beautiful irony that magazines, glue and sealer are now the foundation of his thriving career.